The next phase of your mission trip is during the trip itself. We're going to cover travel tips in country or in the region you are serving in tips, required conduct, and other helps. Let's look at travel tips. If flying, download the airline app of the airlines that you're going to be using, and feel free to select seats in advance if you would like to sit next to a friend or if you'd like to select a window seat. The apps can be complicated, so ask for help if you are not familiar with an airline, so that you are careful not to take the seat of another team member if they've already selected a seat. Seat locations often change, so stay fluid and flexible and be prepared if you end up in a different seat. If flying, please look up the luggage size and restrictions of this particular airlines that you are flying with, and make sure that you acquiesce to the shortest airline if you're traveling far, like if you're going with American Airlines and then you end up going with Lufthansa or something. Often airlines have updated luggage weight and measurement requirements, as well as restrictions on lithium batteries and liquids in carry-ons. Each team member is allowed a personal item like a briefcase, a backpack, or a purse, a carry-on, a smaller rolling suitcase, and a checked bag. You're allowed one checked bag. I recommend that you have a Apple AirTag to track your bag. If traveling by van or in separate vehicles, communicate with your other team members, especially your team leader, your departure, estimated time of arrival, and arrival times as a courtesy, especially if you are going to be separated in your journey to and from. Bring a water bottle. If flying, empty the water bottle before going through TSA. They will require you to pour it out or they'll confiscate it. I prefer one with a filter just in case I'm using an airport water fountain or kitchen sink and want a little extra layer of filtration. If flying with electronics, neatly separate your electronics in your personal and carry-ons to easily pull them out and place them in a bin when going through TSA. And do the same with your liquids. Of course, no flammables, no pocket knives, or other objects TSA would have to confiscate. Use the buddy system. This is a major safety tip while traveling. We all do it. Adults, all ages, we use the buddy system when we're traveling. On the trip, exercise the buddy system. Stay with your buddy and be proactive to communicate your movements to your other teammates and your buddy. In certain areas, normal text message works. In other regions, WhatsApp or Line will need to be used in country. Obtain from your cell provider what the fees or international cost, text, etc. will be, and make sure you pay for that in advance. It's important that you have an adequate communication device on your person at all times. Team members aren't to rely on other team members to repeat group text messages to them. That can become a nuisance. You are personally responsible for keeping up with and confirming reception of group text messages and communications. Different carriers have different fees. It's important not just for the functionality of the team and mission activities, but it's a major requirement for safety purposes that you have a functioning phone at all times during the trip. Make sure your notifications are set up to hear texts as they come through if using an alternate communication app in country such as Line or WhatsApp, and please be prompt in your response. Please only use the group text for pertinent information sharing, not for joking. Please only use the group text for pertinent information sharing, not for joking. Please only use the group text for pertinent information sharing, not for joking. Please. In your carry-on, bring enough of your essentials for 3 days in case your checked bag goes missing. This way, a special trip to Walmart is ruled out as a courtesy to the rest of your teammates and your team leader. That means have your clothes, toiletries, footwear, and other essentials in your carry-on. Some folks like to travel with just a backpack, and they get a kick out of being the light packer in the group. That's fine if you're traveling alone. But if your checked bag is lost and you don't have enough of everything for 3 days until your checked bag can be recovered, it ends up being a disservice to the other team members and to the mission overall because we're having to make extra trips. Exercise the good old Boy Scout motto and come prepared. Be prepared. We pay for you to have a carry-on, for you to have a personal item, and for you to have a checked bag. So please make sure you use those. Remember, you are going to be sleeping and living in a place that's not your normal comfortable quarters, so bring what you need to not overpack, but be as comfortable as possible and to get as good of sleep as possible. Bring a comfy pillow maybe. Your team leader will let you know if you need to bring your own bedding or sleeping bag. But it's very important that you get a good night's sleep. This will help you as you try to avoid sickness as well. If the flight is going to be long, go ahead and I recommend getting a sleep mask or have some noise canceling or lessening headphones, a neck pillow, and that spare travel size of contact solution if you wear contacts so your contacts don't get crusty if you need a nap. If you're flying and you're new to flying, don't be afraid if you have to use the restroom to politely request. If someone's in your way in your row, just politely request, hey, excuse me, I have to use the loo, and just make your way and then come on back. People are usually very, very friendly and accommodating, and so just don't hesitate to do that if you're on a flight. So, in-country tips. Let's move on to in-country tips. Let's say you're in Puerto Rico. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let's say you're in Puerto Rico, Panama, or another country where the water is questionable at best. Don't ever drink it. Don't ever drink the water in Puerto Rico. Don't ever drink the water in Panama. Don't do it. Don't open your mouth when you're in the shower, and don't brush your teeth with that water. I had a team member, got up one morning, we were at the sinks, and I looked to my right, and we were in Puerto Rico, and the brother he was brushing his teeth in the sink beside me, and he was using the sink water. And I felt really bad for him because I said, "You, what are you doing?" He said, "Oh, it's fine. It's just, I'll spit it out." And he ended up getting sick during the trip. I just encourage you, don't do that. Use bottled water. You can use bottled water and pour it over your brush. You can use bottled water for your drinking water. Your team leader will be proactive to make sure that you have plenty of filtered, bottled drinking water. So don't brush your teeth with it. Don't do it. Feel free to ask if the ice came bagged or filtered. If you're in a restaurant, feel free to ask if the ice came bagged and filtered, or if it was made in-house. If it was made in-house, don't do it because it probably came out of the sink. Often ice is filtered and safe, so just be cautious. I want to talk to you about modesty. We ask each team member for spirit-filled discernment and trust you to have modesty in both conduct and attire that is considerate to others around you. And that goes for guys and gals. Bring a stack of thank you notes with you for your host. We will not be taking up any formal financial love offerings for the hosts, for your FHC network partners. But if the Lord lays it on your heart, please feel free for you to personally, on your own, write a thank you note and place the amount in it and hand it off to them on your own. But don't recruit other team members to take up a love offering. That is a personal decision for you to make, and it really does help avoid a lot of ripple effects. Keep utilizing the buddy system. I want to talk to you about conduct. Remember, we represent God, ourselves, our family, and our church family on mission trips. You're an ambassador for Jesus, and so we ask you to conduct your public and private life before, during, and after in a way that brings glory to God and represents Jesus well to a watching world. And believe me, this world is watching. I want to talk to you about fluidity versus flexibility. People who go on a mission trips typically land in one of two areas when it comes to plans, the execution of plans, and the inevitable changes in plans, ranging from super fluid, these are the team hippies kind of, and super rigid. These are the team super planners. Flexibility versus fluidity. Flexibility eventually snaps. Fluidity is more like liquid, and it can go with the flow as things happen. I want to encourage you to not just be flexible. I want you to strive for fluidity, not just flexibility. Which one of these do you veer toward? Are you more of a hippie when it comes to planning, or are you a super planner and things have to go exactly as planned or close to that? Which one do you veer toward? Well, there's a certain level of planning that is necessary for a successful mission trip, and a certain level of planning that's actually harmful on a mission trip at the same time. You will always have 3 square hots and a cot on an FHC mission trip. I'll guarantee it. We will also have a rough idea of the schedule for each day, and sometimes a very good idea of the schedule for that day and what's coming up. And sometimes it will happen that way or close to that expectation. You will know generally what to expect, but it's a mission trip, not a cruise, so we won't know every detail of the day. We'll often have to take the next step on the fly, and often things will change, and expectations will have to be adjusted. If that's a hard thing for you, let me encourage you to just reckon that it will happen. Plan to exercise and advance fluidity, and just have fun with it. Just go with it. Some of the greatest times of laughter and watching God work on a mission trip and enjoyment will be in these times where you're having to exercise fluidity. So that covers the during trip portion of our trainings. Thank you for sticking with us this far in your training sessions.